Well, Jules should be napping. Oh, let me see if I can find my buttons. Where are my buttons? Okay. Hello and happy Monday, everybody. Dragon is totally on top of it. I'm glad you are migraine free. That's like number one most important. People don't talk about how the seasons changing really foobar people who have medical conditions, who are taking certain medications, because as the seasons change, like the me and the English language apparently are not getting on today. But I mean, I've been achy and creaky too. It's been kind of cold and wet the past couple of days, which is been fun. Seeing as I was at markets all weekend. Well, just one market, but and I had a good time. I actually made more this time around than I did the first one, but at the same time, I didn't make my table fee, which is disappointing. Don't get me wrong, but I bartered and I got some shiny things, and I haven't quite decided if it's a good or a bad thing or not, but my past came back to haunt me, in a very roundabout way. So it wasn't a direct path to my past. One second, husband creature messaged me. Yes, I can imagine. Apparently at husband creature's work, 3 people called out, so he's not having a fun day. That does not give me hope for my Monday, as Saturday night, I got a message asking if I could come in. Mind you, I've been telling all of my coworkers and all of my workplace that starting the past 2 days, every weekend, I have a market and or I have work. Some situations I have both. But it's just been wild and crazy. Like it really has. Like everybody's been everywhere. I've been trying to be a ray of sunshine in a cloudy day. And in all fairness, I've been in a really good mood. Like I haven't been down in the dumps. I've just been tired. And that's the rough thing is I can be in an incredibly like joyous mood. But unfortunately, if I'm tired, I don't have the energy to spread it around. Like I'm always willing to hang out, hear ya, but sometimes I don't have the energy to put myself out there and make myself available. Be like, hey, I'm here. You have to like trip on me because I'm laying on the floor. Oh my goodness! But I had a really good time at the market. My past came back to haunt me in a very like touch and go kind of way, because something that people don't generally associate with me, and if you were really paying attention, I wonder why you haven't noticed this, but I was a very large part of the furry community starting in 97 and kind of ending in 2012. I was a very large part. I ran in the circles. I did a smidgen of cosplaying, but as a cat, because dragons are very hard to cosplay, and especially before I came into myself as who I am and embraced like my crafty side and whatnot. Dragons are very hard to cosplay because they are complicated. I love them. Wouldn't give them up any day of the week. And I finally have the skills to consider doing a suit um, or the resources. I have both. And was back when I was an adolescent, um, yeah, feature, um, I didn't have the finances or the knowledge to make one. Um, but I ran into someone that knew my ex-husband's ex-lover, um, and that was complicated. So that was the actually the last 15 minutes of the market yesterday was that little experience. And I have an ad incoming in 30 seconds, so I won't dive too deep into it. But it was eye opening. I'll just, yeah, 10 seconds and then I'll go into more. I know. I'm like one of those hit share from to see get an update. No, it's just I have ads. And I know you can still see me. Whoever subscribed. I think Dragon right now is the only watcher who has subscribed. Um yeah. uh I'll be working on 310 the entire session, so did I remember? Okay, I did. I brought up all my trinkets and treasures to show off on the stream, so oh, everybody's back. So, while I didn't make a lot of sales, I did do a lot of bartering, which, to be fair, is just as good. At least in my brain, because a lot of the reason I go to craft fairs, and yes, the table, I do hope to at least make my table fee back because that's what I try to do. But at the same time, I really go just so I can sell my crafts, so I can make more crafts. Folks, I am not a deep philosophical individual when it comes to my arts and crafts. I like to make crafts, so buy my shit so I can make more shit. Because my family, my family is they're very accepting, and I donate quite a bit to work. But at the same time, there comes a limit. Oh yes, potty breaks. uh, I got the. It was funny. I was at one of. So on Facebook, I'm really bad at posting on my business account. I try. I start off the week real strong, and by Friday, I'm like, fuck it. Um, but I was hanging out. Her business is Nest of Nessie, and her motto is live, laugh, lurk, and I love it. I love it. Um, and I wandered over, and I dressed up both days. I was a pretty princess. I was a fairy queen on the second day. Um, I had gorgeous wings. I loved them. Uh, but I was walking over. I was at her booth, and I was having a conversation with her, and she was having a conversation with someone else, and that someone else happened to be my best friend from when I grew up. So I, from first to fifth grade, I grew up in Kittery, which is the southernmost point, entry point of Maine. You're going up I-95. The first point of contact you will make in Maine is Kittery, and I grew up there. So from first to fifth grade, well, I would say from second to fifth grade, Carrie Ann was my bestie. We spent time at each other's houses. Like we were damn near inseparable. And then I moved away, and unfortunately, due to the distance, we lost contact. And I went to high school with her husband, and then we touched base again. But by that time, I'd moved up to Bangor, so we kind of like it. It's kind of like it is a perfect representation of how, as someone with ADHD, my friendships do not deteriorate. I love her just as much now as I did when we saw each other every weekend. And so she looks at me, she goes, "Nice wings." And I thank her. And my eyes yesterday were not having, they weren't having it. They were itchy and dry, and it was a yuck fest trying to utilize them. But I focus in and I look at her and I go, "Well, thanks, Carrie." She looks me up and down. She goes, "Oh my God, I didn't recognize you." And I went, "It's the wings." But that was a fun moment in my day yesterday. So well, I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you want to be awake, awesome. If not, I'm sorry. But it was good yesterday, and I got home and I was super tired. So I started a fire and I took a shower and then I went to bed. Saturday was pretty much the same, except I didn't take a shower Saturday. I literally got home at 6:30 and I went to bed. I took my insulin, I ate some food, and I went to bed. I was dead tired. And my work reached out to me at like 8 in the evening, like, "Hey, can you work an overnight? We had a call out." Now, mind you, I'd been up since 4:45 that morning, after having gone to work and worked until 11 p.m. on Friday. I was tired, so I didn't get their message till I woke up at midnight, and I didn't bother responding because it was midnight. I wasn't going to do anything anyway. But I'm kind of bracing for the need this weekend too, because that's just how it goes. I have started, and I'm gonna make a couple more, but because I have so much sport weight yarn. Now, mind you, I have a ton of acrylic and I have some bulky, which I'm actually working on a plesiosaur. I'm working on a plesiosaur for the owner of Nest of Nessie, and she might be watching because I do know that she knows of my. But I'm working. This is the head of the plesiosaur, but no one tell her because I'm gonna mail it to her, and I'm just gonna have my little card on it and with like little hearts because she's amazing. Like, we both have that same level of awkward, and if you know, you know. And we kind of have like crafter bonded over that. Because she's like, "Yeah, I'm lucky to sit upright, and the only reason I'm really doing this, other than the fact that I love it, is because someone told me I couldn't." And I went, "I feel that. Spite is a great motivator." And honestly, like I love to craft. I really do. I love to craft. I love bringing smiles to people's faces, and that's why I'm generally open to a good barter. Mind you, again, like to make my table fee back. If I add in what I bartered, I made my table fee back. But people just purchasing stuff, I didn't make my table fee back. I came close. I came close, but I didn't make my table fee back. I'm hoping this weekend or next weekend, not this weekend. I only have one. I have one on Saturday, and I'm getting better at fashioning my stuff to the crowd. Um, so I mean the one that is 2 weekends at the mall, I can have a wide variety of stuff because it attracts a wide variety of people. But my one on Saturday is at the Shriners, and I'm gonna tone down the dragons and the tribal stuff and more have the pets and whatnot out and about, just because people are in that environment are looking more for that stuff. Yes, exactly. I do it. Well, yeah, you might you uh I'm start Kelpie, you're starting to get a voice in my head. Like I've interacted with you enough that I'm starting to get your tone in my brain. And talking about tones in my brain, my therapist was telling me um about a podcast called the the telepathic files or something like that. It's about non people with nonverbal autism who communicate telepathically. Now, mind you, I haven't gotten too far into this yet, but it did intrigue me, and I am definitely going to look into it this week. Yeah, last week I was balls to the wall, getting everything organized and prepped and whatnot. That's how I do. That's how I communicate over text as well. Is I type how I speak. Um, and sometimes that's like the worst thing ever because sometimes it's just not fun. Or does it help that you type how you speak? Yeah, today after stream I get to unload the car. It won't take me too horribly long, but I get to do it. I'm also going to experiment with utilizing, because now that I have the roof rack for my car, I want to see if I can use a bigger tote, because before, when I had to put my tables in with my items, I used small thin totes so I could put them in where I needed to. But I want to try going back to bigger, deeper totes so I have less of them, to see if I can manage that. And I think I can. Like, I think I can cut down what's in my car, kind of thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, what do you need for yarn, Dragon? Like, seriously. Because there is a damn good chance I have it. Or is it more of a look at it, see it, want it kind of thing? Because remember, I have stuff I'm already shipping down to you, and if I need to grab a bigger box, I need to grab a bigger box. My life is not going to it's not gonna suck anymore. You can either answer in stream, you can send me DMs. You can send me pictures of the colors you want, and if I have any, I will gladly send it to you. Because I have recently acquired a fuck ton of new things that I've kept the tags in, everything like that. I've caked them up, but I've kept the tags in, so. What wait? Okay. I'll see what I got. I can honestly say I do not have that amount in the forest green. I was just actually looking at a pattern of a a fairy just for me. I don't make wearables for other people, unless like commissioned. Like it's one of those things. Like I don't make licensed characters unless it's been commissioned and it's like a behind the scenes sale. I do not put licensed characters out in front of my store. Someone goes, "Hey, can you make me XYZ character?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure. You're gonna pay this much, and it's for my time, effort, and materials." But like with like wearables, I don't. And so I saw a wearable, and I recently bought, because I go to thrift stores a lot, and that's where I get a lot of my surprise yarn. Now, I got 4 skeins of the sparkly emerald teal, which is just barely enough for the project that I was looking at for myself. So, and to be fair, that size is only 13. 4 skeins of that is only 1,300 yards. Okay. I I have a lot of pastelly variegated stuff that I am unsure on how to deal with. So I'll send you pictures of what I have. And push comes to shove, you double up on some sport weight because I have a lot of that too. Um, and honestly, I'm probably going to start experimenting with doubling up on sport weight to just because I've been experimenting. Let's be fair. I've reached the point in my yarn collection that I'm experimenting. I can't lose. um, I can't. I have so much I can't lose. Uh, but I for the next month my entire craft display is going to be downstairs because I have a show, and then the next week I have a show, and then the next week I have a show. So it's all staying downstairs because I'm not bringing it upstairs because it's too taxing on my body. And yeah. But yeah, I can honestly tell you I don't have the forest green. Like I use I use green like nobody's business for whatever reason. But I do have a lot of pastelly variegated colors. Like I have a wall of of shit in front of me, and I'm already looking at, mind you, that it's sport weight, but I'm looking at three different mid-sized balls of, well, cakes of variegated pastelly yarn. Let's see. The green, yeah. Oh, like, let's see if I can, let's see if I can whip out some. Come with me, and I'll share my yarn with you. Now, I don't know how a lot of this works out, but I have a lot of stuff like this. It's, I mean, and this is some of the worsted stuff, but I have a lot. And if she doesn't mind slight variances, just say it's homemade. That's why there are slight variances in the colors and whatnot. Yeah, I have ridiculous amounts of yarn. and pastelly yarn at that. Let's see. There's that. Well, the plesiosaur I'm working on. Now this is totally. This was a Joanne's find at the bottom of a bucket. It's. It's Bernay blanket yarn, and I have I got two. I'm not disappointed, but I'm making a moon-eyed plesiosaur for her. Girl, I totally understand the doing something just to avoid the tantrum. So I will send you pictures of the pastelly yarn that I have, and I'll keep you in the loop. Oh, it's really nice. Like, trying to get that. We'll be doing some bobbinating later on today. What the hell is this? What is going on here? Why don't I have answers? Okay. You know what? I'm taking this piece of string off. Since I have so much black I'm working on, it really doesn't matter how long the string is because it will get used. Oh. Lizard. Well, I really think she'll be very surprised. So, and then I'll probably make some plushy baby dragons out of it. Oh, oh, that needed to happen. Thank you, thank you. I'm a two Godzilla kind of gal. A lot of people are three Godzillas. I am only two, which husband creature thinks is very weird. Thank you. I see that Hutchie's been lurking in the background, so I don't know if she's actually here or not yet, but oh my goodness, what was that in addition? Let's see what's going on here. I'm supposed to get one of my things from Mandatory Fun Day today, so I'm hoping it gets here while I'm on stream so I can show it off because let's be fair, Mandatory Fun Day is fantastic. Okay. Nope, not coming today. That makes me sad. So I got to use my indoor banner at the fall fair today or this weekend, and it was good stuff. It was very pretty. And I do have a couple more pictures um of my booth setup. It just has husband creature in it, and he likes to not be pictured, so I have to fuzz him out. Um, and any of you have seen him on camera, that's his choice. But he has asked me that when I take pictures, to not have him in them. So that's why I have not posted them. And I mean, in the backgrounds of the ones that I did post, you can see his coat, but not his face. So at least I think it's only just his coat. If you can see his face, well, I'll take those down and put new ones up later. But I think it's just his coat. Because again, my eyes weren't working well yesterday. Oh, I was really good. I only got his. I didn't even get his. Maybe? No. Nope. I didn't even get his coat. I'm damn good. I tried real hard. I tried real hard not to get pictures of him. But I do have the front part that I didn't get pictures of posted because, well, he's in. So. I just didn't want people thinking I'm ashamed of husband creature. It is purely, purely his request. Last line of this blog. La 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 la. Oh. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I got to wear my costumes because weekend before Halloween. Oh, so everybody has heard, or if you do any sort of arts or crafts or anything sort of creative, or hang out with anybody who does arts and crafts or crafts fairs, you have heard of the person who walks up and goes, I could just make that. I think this is too expensive. I encountered one of those and I fed it right back to them. So the front of my booth had Mel, which is the only dragon that I actually have a name for. And then I have my blue green meadow dragon, and I have my pink baby meadow dragon. All displayed. Mel is going for 200. The green blue is going for 150, and the baby is going for 100. Girl walks up and says, I think 200 is a bit expensive for this. And I look at her and I go, actually, it's underpriced. That project took almost, like, each one of those colors took quite a bit. It took a skein of yarn for the body and the limbs. Every one of those parts that you see are all individual pieces. And it's wired. Like it has a wire skeleton that I had to work around while crocheting it. And she just kind of goes, oh, I guess I didn't know because I wasn't the one making it. You know, and a vendor sitting next, well, my booth partner, she was in the next spot over, but we were chatting it up and having a grand old time. Her name is Teresa, and she does hearth witch stitches. She does sewn, like fabric scraps and remnants. She makes kittens, and I'll be showing off. I got a penguin. I'll be showing that off later. We did a trade. I got a penguin. She does like these little weighted animals. Now, my penguin's not heavily weighted. He's just super cute. But her and I were talking, and I'm making this sign, and I'm going to be posting it that says, yes, I'm sure you can make it, but will you? And that's valid, because one of the things that I have learned, and one of the reasons I buy from so many crafters, is I absolutely fucking can make most of the crafts that are at craft fairs. The switch is, will I? And the answer is fuck no. Fuck no. I would rather pay $30 to have it right now, that instant gratification, all your time and experience, right now, $30, not a problem. Then spend all of the money getting the materials, then having to learn something. I know enough about what I currently have for arts and crafts that I am a happy rock creature. I'm not looking to add on to my skill set. If I absolutely need to, I will. But right now, the answer is no. But it's like, I know, like, if someone goes, oh, hey, that's gorgeous. Where's the pattern? I will tell them. I will give them Megan's name. I will be like, this is Crafty Intentions. Megan, and I'm really thinking about making QR codes to go under the but will you sign that says, if you're determined, here are the creators, and just create QR codes for the baby dragons, and then for Megan's page, because Yarn Inspirations, I don't believe she is active anymore. I will QR her link to her Etsy page, and I can do that. I don't know if she's active anymore, but Megan Lapp is active and producing and putting out new patterns. I'm waiting for her Raven to come out, because let me tell you something, people, I will have a murder. I will have, or whatever a group of ravens is called, but she is pattern testing a Raven pattern, and I know this, and I want it, and it's gonna happen. But but I will put a QR code that says, if you want to make this, here are the patterns. Not yet. I've seen the test. I joined her page just as the tester applications had closed. So I'm waiting for it. I am waiting for her raven to come out. She is my heaven and earth designs of crochet patterns. Do I like other people who do? Absolutely. I've bought patterns from cross stitch patterns from lots of other people. Most of my pattern only collection comes from heaven and earth designs. Megan Lapp is my crochet heaven and earth designs. I have her owl one. I have the barn owl. I don't think she has any other owls currently, but I have barn owls that I can do. Like let me look at myself. The barn owl. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can switch to studio mode. There's the mask. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. The owl's too dark. Let me go grab the owl. Yeah, she has an owl. This is the in flight. This is in flight owl. I have the like, or this is the swooping owl. There's one where the feet are out and underneath the tail, like totally in flight, and it's looking forward. I have the city perchy owl, where I have actually one that's more owl colored. Um, that is the city perchy owl. They're working on the road today. Rapturous joy. I need to for some of the flighty owls. I need to get. Oh my god! 1 second. Ah, Pixie takes her job very seriously. Um, and the construction workers who are fixing our sewage line, not that it's broken, it's just old, in the road have triggered her oh my goodness, people are trying to eat us um things. So yeah, she's sleeping when the wood thieves are around the house. Because I'm pretty sure she would, and I would let her. I would let her out to bark at the wood thieves and to try to eat them, and then I'd laugh. Oh, and yet again at the market, I was known for my choo-choo train. My my yeah, but they're tricky about it. Like they wait until like 1:30 in the morning. When we just hit that first like part of our deep sleep because I get home at I go to bed generally because I get up when husband creature gets up. I get up at 6:30 in the morning now. Um and then I generally go to bed when I get home at 11:30 ish. I get home at 11, but I go to bed at 11:30. That kind of thing. Okay. We're gonna count down another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over and up. Okay. So this isn't a full block of 200 either because it has two blank spots towards the bottom. Yeah, he gets up out of bed at 6:30. I lay in bed till 7:30, but I'm awake. I just uh well the past few honestly I don't get a whole lot of sleep. Um but I've just been so stressed between work and and work and work, getting all my stuff ready. Um it's been a lot. Like doing overnights really messed me up. Um and it took a week for me to get my sleep back kind of normal. So now when I wake up, I'm not dead tired. Um, and I'm not waking up at 3 in the morning, which is so handy. And if I am waking up at 3 in the morning, I can wake up and go right back to sleep. But yeah, the 2 weeks of overnights really messed with my schedule, and it messed with a whole lot of my my systems. Like when I used to do overnights, I did overnights. I wouldn't be awake. Like I didn't flip flop my schedule. It's one of the reasons when I had cockatiels, I had to get rid of my cockatiels because I was not having a day schedule. And cockatiels are in fact a type of parrot, and they require a lot of time and energy and effort, or they get very destructive. And I knew this, and that is why I was responsible. And I found someone who was familiar with cockatiels, who had other cockatiels, um, and the, they lived a nice happy life, and I think they're still alive, honestly. But it messed me up. It messed the dog's schedule up. And husband creature had just started his new job, so his new schedule messed everybody up. Like it's been October was a hot mess. November's just going to be busy. November is a very organized chaos. And now there's like 50 billion construction vehicles outside my house, and I am not having it. Well, I have 5 commission slots that I have open for Christmas gifts this year. Um, and I hold steady at 5 because they might all stay filled. I might take on 5 commissions that are big, and that will take me until Christmas or whichever holiday you want to celebrate around that time of the year. I know there are so many of them. The holiday season. Um, I like to give presents year round, but I generally have 5 commission spots open. And because I just finished my cross stitch one, I am starting another cross stitch commission, but I don't suspect that one will take me too long because I've looked at it and it's like 500 stitches. So that one won't take me too long. I'll probably sit on a weekend at one of the craft fairs and work on it. I just have to find the fabric. In all fairness, I have to go find the fabric piece. What are they doing there? They're doing something up there. Really makes me glad Husband Creature's not doing night shift anymore. Not gonna lie, I'm really liking that I cut a super long, well, that the tail end of the bobbinated 310 was super long because I'm not worrying about having to switch every 5 minutes. But yeah, after I unload the car today, I think I'll tackle getting a piece of fabric picked out for my little frog cross stitch commission. Ooh, it's 11. Okay, so it's midpoint. Once I'm done this piece of string, I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to show you all my trinkets, treasures, and what's coming down the line for my creations. So if you can hear me but you can't see me and you want to see what I'm up to, well, or what I gathered, now would be the time. Okay, so, okay. So again, I like to barter and trade. I made some barters and trades. I love people getting my stuff, and I love other people's stuff. So I was given, guys, no, it's fine. They're making a lot of noise yet. I moved, so they automatically think I'm doing something. So I bartered and traded these items. Oh, let's see if I can turn. This lovely necklace is from Nest of Nessie. She wanted a rose for it, and we traded. It's a necklace. It's very pretty. I like it. Let's see if I can. This is from Hearthstone, or Hearthwitch Stitches. This is my penguin. He does not have a name, not yet. But I traded two pieces of art of my hoop art for the penguin. He's cool. And much like me, made of remnants and stuff that's been rescued, and he has a little bit of weight in his feet, so he stays up. He's cute. I love him. He's a pengu. Yes, he's a pengu. husband creature bought me this. I did not grab the name of the store, but he bought me an amethyst dragon head. And it came with a really cool bag. Really cool bag. Yes. Yes, it's very pretty. So husband creature while we were dating, uh, he was living at his parents and he bought me a dragon head and he had set it on a table. And his cat, uh, who is, they still have the cat. Her name is Yami. And the cat knocked this dragon head off from the center of the table and broke it. And I just laughed. And so when he got me this one, I was like, "Oh, at least we don't have Yami to worry about." Ugh. And those are well, that's a lie. I have two more things that are in my car that I just did not get. I have not grabbed out of my car. I'll show those to you tomorrow. It's two pieces of art from Silver Moon Nightwing. You want to look her up? She's on Facebook. She has an Etsy store. She is. I honestly, I have to look through my old hard drives. I think I've been following her for a damn long time, but I just didn't know who she was at the time. So that's all kinds of fun that I'll dive into when I have more sanity. Now coming down the pike for me, I have discovered a way to use my baby yarn other than tossing it at Dragon. Oh my goodness. So this is the line of baby dragons that will be coming down the pike. With the butterfly wings. It is a hybrid of crafty intentions and yarn inspirations. It is butterfly baby dragons. It's a little smaller than the one that Dragon got because I used a smaller hook for the wings, and then I used my normal size for the body and whatnot, and it came out like just absolutely gorgeous. And this is still just pinned together, so I can't really do a whole lot of showing off because the pins are very delicate. So that's what I got going on for me right now. And it's a nice balance. I'm staying busy. I'm really hoping like the butterfly babies, I think I'm gonna up the price to $30. I know people are like those butterfly wings take a whole lot more time than just traditional dragon wings. So I think the butterfly babies will be $30 as opposed to 25 for the normal baby dragons. I know. I drive a hard deal. Oh, and I have an incoming ad break for those of you who are not subscribed. So, in a minute, be a good time to drink your water, take your meds, if you haven't already, because we've already played this game. That's not what I want to do. There we go. At least the beauty of the next few shows is I don't have to worry about driving a long distance. Um, because or doing a lot of setup breakdown because I mean the November 1st show, I'm going in Halloween and I'm gonna set up what I can because I have Halloween off. Funny enough, um, I was telling my oh okay ad break. Okay, so um, a lot of the November ones, my mother-in-law allows me to tag along. She signs up for these shows, and she's like, "Do you want to do this with me?" And she's the kind of one who encouraged me to do more fairs and whatnot. And she sells blankets, so like a lot of the summer ones, like I'd invite her, but she sells blankets, so I can't like I don't think she'd sell anything in a Maine summer. Um, but she does pretty well during the Christmas season. So, uh, but I told her I'm like, yeah, I can set up, make us look great on Friday. I have the entire day off, but Saturday I gotta pack up and boot, scoot, and boogie. Um, because I have work and I have a coworker who's staying late to cover my ass. Luckily it ends at 3 and generally my shift starts at 2:45 and I can probably be there by 3:30. So it's not I'm not asking the world of the coworker and that makes me feel a little bit better. Cuz I still feel awful about it. And then I have the 2 weekend one in at the Bangor Mall. So it starts the second weekend is the second and third weekend and I have the first weekend off, so that's not too bad. I'll be able to set up a little bit on the Friday. I haven't determined if I'm gonna stream that Friday because setup starts at noon, and I kind of want to be there for noon so I can unload my car and get as much as I can in the building and set up before I have to go to work. There's a good chance that I will go from there just to work, to be honest. But and then I traded weekend days. So the 15th I have to go to work, so I have to leave the mall craft fair early. And the 16th is the last day of the craft fair at the mall. So I traded with a coworker so I could have that day off as to not leave my mother-in-law with all of my shit to break down. Because it doesn't close to it closes at 4 or 5. I forget which it closes at. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take the day off. So I swapped with the one weekend I would have off. I swapped it so that I could have that day off. And then I did the same with the Sunday. So instead of having the 22nd and 23rd off from work, I swapped it so I could do other things later on. uh, but It's wild and crazy. Then the last weekend is I'll be down in the state capital. I'll be down in Augusta for 2 days. But yeah, that is my November, and it will fly right past. I don't have anything. Do not have anything scheduled for December. Not saying that if an opportunity arose that I could do, not saying that I wouldn't, but I think I am gonna need a break, and I'm really hoping that I sell enough that I can feel good about being like, nah, bruh, I'm not gonna take on any more craft fairs. I was very pleased that I sold what I sold. Um, but Nessie put it the best. She's like, right now, jewelries and dragons are a highly competitive market. And I'm like, I've always loved dragons. I will always have dragons as my shtick. Um, I also like my animals and whatnot, so I'll always have a wide variety of things. But I really don't do stuffies, so don't expect me to ever be working in plushies. Not that I have anything against them, because I have an entire wall of them. It's just not for me. I'd love to get this particular. I would like to get this block of 200 done. If I do, awesome. If not, eh, there's always tomorrow. I do think I'll hit 9.5% by the end of the year. I'm almost at 9, and there's Lots of weird sounds going on outside my house. So, my weekly goals outside of stream, I have some furniture on my back deck that I need to get in the house because it is getting cold. Um, I have to start devoting some solid time up in my video stream area so I can properly re-insulate the area. Maybe if it's even like 30 minutes. I might even sit down and try to do that today. But I also need to do some cleaning in my kitchen, maybe a sweep and a mop. We'll see where I get with that. Actually, all of my downstairs floors need a good sweep and a mop. Oh, all kinds of fun things. All kinds of noises. I didn't even check to see if I had anything like appointments or whatnot. This let me. I didn't check my calendar for this week. Let's see. I know I don't have therapy this week because it's the therapy free week. Let's see. Do I have anything else that I need to worry about? Let's see. No, I do not. But I can definitely tell you that November is banana. Hmm, definitely banana. Where's my? Oh, what tab am I in? Where's that music coming from? Okay, we're almost there. Almost to the end. Because once I'm done the chunk that I'm working on, I'm calling it a stream. I don't think I'll hit 400 because I've only done 120, and this block is 198. But at the same time, we're almost down. We're almost done another column, so it all works. There's more than enough 310 for me to bitch about this for days. Feature loves all the pets. Hmm. So close. So close. I got 2 lines left. This next line has a spot in it. Okay. 10. Skip one and okay. As I'm closing in on the end of today, I want to thank everybody for the gift of their time. time is the one thing you cannot give a refund on. So by choosing to spend a little bit here with me, it means the world to me. I hope to get a couple of my chores done. And tomorrow, I will be back again with some more divine. We'll be chugging along on this black here. I'll give you a stitch count and all those details once I'm done the actual stitching part. I still got one more line. I do gotta say that I managed to reach my goal today. Well, kind of semi kind of reached my goal. Got somewhere in there. I'm just kind of glad that I don't feel exhausted today. I'm sure that'll change by the time it's time for me to go to work, but I am not dead on my feet today, so I might actually be a productive member of society later on. Mhm. I almost filled in the spot that I intentionally marked out to keep open. Ah, my brain is fun sometimes. Closing in. Closing in on the done. Okie doke. We're calling that count for today. Whew. That was fun. We went from, let me get to the right area. Opener. We went from 8.80% to 8.91%. I'm pretty sure we will hit we will hit 9% tomorrow. I am very sure that we will hit 9% tomorrow, which is awesome because I only want to get to 9.5% on this one for the end of the year. So that's fantastic. I am pleased. I could set my goals a little higher and try to get for 10, but we're gonna stick with 9.5, and if we get 10, we're gonna have a party of sorts. So remember, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, be kind to others without harming yourself. I will be on tomorrow from 10 to noon, per usual. I love you all. If you need me, I'm lurking, and I will talk to everybody